A little over a year ago, I decided to go ahead and take this whole YouTube thing seriously and start doing tech reviews, microphone reviews, camera reviews, webcam reviews, you name it. Anything that you guys could use to help level up your streams from scratch. We've kind of done it this past year. One thing I haven't done is the review of the Tonor TD510. I have no excuses. I don't know why. We're going to fix it. Today's episode of Level Up. Let's get to it so I can stop doing these hand gestures. Let's do the review, shall we? Before we get started, full disclosure, Tonor did provide this microphone for review on this channel. You guys know I operate by an ethics statement here on Level Up, in which I send all the people that send me stuff or want to send me out stuff, in which I say, hey, you can send this to me, but doesn't guarantee I'm going to make a video. And if you do send it to me and I do make a video, it's not going to guarantee any specific outcome. All expressions or all opinions expressed in my videos are mine and mine alone. Having said that, let's get to it, the TD510. So here's what's going to happen. We're going to lay it out. I'm going to go ahead and take this thing for a test drive, unprocessed. I'm going to throw some processing on it. Right now it's in my Vocaster 1. The processing is turned off. I'm going to throw it in my Rodecaster Duo because it seems like everybody under the sun has a Rodecaster audio interface. Turn some processing on, run it through the neutral podcast studio and broadcast presets that are in here under the dynamic mic profile and some of the other ones, just to kind of see what we can do with it. And then after that, I'm going to throw it up against some microphones. I'm going to throw it up against the AM8. I'm going to throw it up against the Maono PD200X because you guys ask a lot of questions about those two on this channel. I'm going to throw it up against the SL40 by Fduce because they have the same guts inside, the same parts, kind of made up of the same thing. We're going to see if they're EQ'd differently, take it for a test drive and find out. Then, after that, I'm going to throw it up against this guy, the Rode Podmic USB, XLR USB microphone, which is just straight money. Love that microphone. And we're also going to throw it up against the Shure MV7 because that is the most popular USB XLR microphone that is out there regarding podcasts and live streams. And it's the second most popular microphone, period, that you see on podcasts and live streams everywhere you go on YouTube. That's what we're going to do. But before we get started, let's go ahead and take a look and see what comes in the box. So here we go. Unboxing. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? They give you instructions in here. What else we got? What else we got? They give you an XLR cable to get you started. USB-C, this end right here. USB-C, just in case you were wondering, to USB-A, which is this guy right here. They give you a microphone in the box as well. Check it out. I'm being stupid, I know. Anyways. Wow, this is heavy. I am pleasantly surprised on the build quality of this thing. I'm just going to say, when I held this up to my studio light right up here off screen, I cannot see the end of the capsule. So that tells you that they've got some serious pop filter screens underneath this mesh, something that the other microphones like the AM8, things like that, they don't do. You could see right through the wire mesh to see exactly where that capsule goes to. And here, it's completely, I cannot see through it whatsoever. It's like the bat cave inside there. Top secret stuff. Windscreen. That is insanely thick. Looking over it real quick, we got some buttons on the top. We've got our mute button, toggle on and off mute. I'm assuming it also allows you to toggle between the microphone and the headset right here. Volume up, volume down, as far as mic gain or headphone gain. Just a beautiful, gorgeous microphone. Let's plug it in. Take a look at it. Wow, this one's a little dark. I'm not gonna lie. This has a very I don't know, processing is turned off. So this is basically how it sounds out of the box. And this is a very, very heavy microphone. It feels like it's a little hot too. So it's at 45 dB of gain, floating around like -8 dB. So it seems a little hot at 45 dB. So this is a very non-gain hungry microphone. I've got this turned down to 40 dB and I am floating right around -10, -12 dB in a relaxed voice. Got it about 2 to 3 inches away from my mouth, and it is a very dark, very warm microphone. If this is the sound that you're going for, this is the Fduce SL40. I've got the Fduce SL40 right here, and for those of you who love the sound of the Fduce SL40, and I was one of them when it first came out, very dark, broadcasty sound, you see that body of it. Just reminds me of the old-fashioned metal trash cans. The Tonor TD510 has more of that Shure SM7B solid body, but it has half a yoke on it, but a much more aesthetically pleasing microphone in my opinion. So you're getting the sound of the Fduce SL40, okay, first impressions, but a better look. So this is packaged better if you like that Fduce SL40 sound. And it's going for how much on Amazon? Shall we look? Shall we look? I think it was like $50 some. $52.99. Now we're talking. $50. We're changing the conversation on this microphone. So build quality alone, $52. I think you're getting a good steal. And just so you guys have an idea of how this sounds, I'm going to just run through the specs real quick on each setting so you can hear what it sounds like. It's a Tonor TD510 USB XLR dynamic microphone. Polar pattern is cardioid. Sample rate, the input is 96 kilohertz. Bit rate is 24-bit. Hey, I'm just going to go ahead before we even move on. I just want to see what I can do with this because for me personally, this is kind of dark, kind of warm, kind of heavy. It's like, you know, eating a whole spoonful of peanut butter and not having anything to drink afterwards. So let's just see what we can do with some processing on this. All right, this is the Oh, okay. Yep. So now I've got it on the dynamic generic profile and I have it neutral mode, and it kind of gave me just a little bit of high end, just a little bit, kind of peeking its head through the floor like one of those whack-a-moles sticking out there, but I don't know. Plosives, I can hear a little bit of it. So again, probably mic placement's going to be a little bit bigger on this one. This is the dynamic or generic. This is the generic dynamic profile on the Rodecaster Duo. This is Podcast Studio. So we're hearing a little bit more information in the high end, a little more articulation in there, a little more energy. It sounds a little tinny in my ears as far as the headphones. So I'm curious when I go back and edit it if you hear that tinniness. This is the generic dynamic profile in the Rodecaster Duo in broadcast mode. Now, this is weird where I feel like it's kind of increased the detail that I'm getting in the low end. A little more raspiness in my voice. I'd still like a little bit more high end in there, but this is what it sounds like. All right, this is the Rode Podmic profile in neutral mode. I feel like it's not so thick. We're thinning it out a little bit, getting a little more detail in those high mids. Still feel like it's a little too tinny for me, so let's go ahead and try Podcast Studio. This is the Rode Podmic in Podcast Studio. Now, I'm not going to lie. This one so far would be my go-to. So far, this would be my go-to. I like this one. This is the Rode Podmic profile in broadcast mode. Wow, that's kind of neat. Different, like it, different flavor, you know, going to Baskin-Robbins, getting tired of chocolate, need something different. This is more my jam right here. The RE20 profile brings enough of that high end and high mids for me, for my flavor, for my chocolate shake at the McDonald's drive-thru. You know, or that soft serve McDonald's ice cream cone, you know, I don't know why, but for some reason, just the regular soft serve ice cream cone at McDonald's hits the spot just right. There's better ice cream out there, but I don't know. Whenever the machine is working, I know you, McDonald's. I know you. I know what you do. Machine's not working today. Sure it isn't. Anyways, to me, this is like my McDonald's soft serve ice cream cone. Hey, I like it. I like it. This is the RE20 in Podcast Studio. Thinning it out. A little too thin. I think this is tinny to me. A little thin. This is the RE20 in the Podcast Studio in broadcast mode. Broadcast mode. A little bit deeper. No, not for me. Not for me. Whoa, what is that? You hear that? Like, whoa. Oh, you know why? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. This is the Shure SM7B profile on the Rodecaster Duo in neutral mode. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. USB XLR combo mic for $52.99. This is the SM7B in Podcast Studio mode. It hits a little bit better than neutral. I don't know, for me and my headphones, by the way. Podcast Studio, SM7B, Tonor TD510. Throwing a lot of stuff at you. This is the Tonor TD510 in broadcast mode. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. What do you guys think about this sound? I don't know. When I go back to this one, this is the Tonor TD510 on RE20 in neutral mode. This is the one I would probably use if I had to use it. I don't know. It's just the way it's hitting me. I like this flavor. All right. Let's plug in the USB and see how USB mode sounds. So here we go. All the processing is turned off in my computer. All my filters are turned off. This is what it sounds like out of the box. I'm going to say right off the bat, it is not as heavy, not as thick of a blanket. I'm actually going to say I like this more in USB mode than I do XLR. I don't hear any latency in here. Zero latency monitoring. It's
got a lot of horsepower in here. As far as the preamps that's built into the headphone monitoring, I feel like I'm getting a lot of juice. As far as microphones that I've tested recently, it's probably one of the more powerful and better performing microphones as far as USB headphone monitoring. Plenty of juice in here to overcome any noises in the room, air conditioners, fans, things like that. I like the USB better so far, just through my headphones, than I do the XLR. This is more of a sound that I would go for personally. This is opinion, this is personal preference, but I'm just saying for me, I'm liking this sound a lot more than I do XLR mode. So I don't know if we're getting this in the mix as well, but I feel like there's the noise floor, I can hear it with the headphone monitoring, so I don't know if it's just because I'm maxed out on the headphone monitoring. I'm trying to bring it down. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So there you go. Shouldn't be that hard. I see a minus button in my headphones. I want to turn it down, and it's not going down. So if there's something I'm missing in the instructions here, maybe I am. I don't know. I don't like the fact that it's that difficult for people to turn their headphone monitoring down. All right. So here you go. Let's do our mic comparison. Processing is now off. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Dynamic profile, no processing, and this is what it sounds like with the keyboards for the gamers out there, because I never include this. All right, on to the next microphone. Fduce SL40, same gut, same interior, same build quality. When you lift up the hood, that's going to have the same stuff. So what do you guys think? The Fduce SL40, XLR USB combo mic. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, puts pineapple on his pizza. Keyboard test. All right, next microphone. Back on the Tonor TD510, and this camera, I'm gonna have to have a serious conversation with this camera. Maybe I got it on center and I'm not centered. Is that what it is? This blurriness is killing me, and I'm not gonna go back and record this because the microphone is the star of the show. You don't need to be staring at this, okay? This is the fifine AM8 XLR USB microphone. This is a very popular, one of my favorite microphones as far as out of the box. Got some flaws on it. It's got some warts. Build quality is plastic. It's got the knobs on there, the whack-a-mole knobs that I hate. I absolutely hate those knobs, but hey. This is just under $50 out of the box, one of my favorite microphones. And this is what it sounds like. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. No processing. Dynamic, generic profile in the Rodecaster Duo. And just so you guys know, I had to bump up the dB to 50 dB on this one. So about 5 more dB of gain required to get the levels where they need to be compared to the Tonor and the Fduce SL40. Next, keyboard test. Almost forgot. Man, I always forget this, and I'm still trying to forget. Talking while clicking, just so you can hear it, and then I'm going to stop talking. All right. Back on the Tonor TD510 XLR USB combo mic for $52.99. Going through these microphones. This is what it sounds like on the keys again. Talking as I'm pushing. There you go. This is the Maono PD200X. Now, I had to bump the gain up to 55 dB. That's Shure SM7B territory in XLR mode in order to get my levels to kind of fluctuate right there between -10 and -12 dB. I love the look of this microphone, even though it's got the knob there. The way they just designed it, it just has this like Darth Vader podcast on the Death Star look, and I'm a Star Wars junkie, just love Star Wars. Anyways, love this microphone. I love the look of it. If this thing was made out of metal, oh my gosh. Heaven help me. But anyways, this is kind of more of a mid-presence microphone. Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. This one is also in the 50s now. It's dropped down from $70 on Amazon. There you go. Keyboard test, shall we? So this is me talking, gaming out, clicking my buttons. This is me not talking. All right. Back on the Tonor TD510. Processing turned off. Keyboards again. XLR USB combo mic. This is the Fifine Tank 3 XLR USB combo mic. Recently did a review on this one. Just love this microphone. If nothing else, the Rode Podmic comes in at $200. The Shure MV7 comes in at $250 if you want that USB XLR combo. This comes in at $89. I saw it on Amazon yesterday, the day before, for as low as $80 with the coupon. So this sound at this price is just what? How? Almost twice the price of the Tonor TD510. Build quality, I'd put it on par or, pretty darn close to the Tank 3 as far as build quality. Heavy duty metal,
Looks great. I like the look of the Tonor TD510 more than the Tank 3. I love this look, but no knobs. Knobs. So I always got to use it like this way. And, you know, sometimes I want to use it this way, and I can't because of the knobs. Anyways, Tank 3. Peter Piper picked back a pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza. Just so you guys know, I had to adjust my gain on the Rodecaster Duo to 54 dB. There you go. Keyboard test. Man, I keep trying to forget the keyboard test. This is me talking as I'm pushing the keys, gaming out. How much can you hear the keyboards? And I'm going to stop talking. There you go. Tank 3.
And once again, we are back on the Tonor TD510 for the palette cleanser. That was probably cringy. Anyways, this is what it sounds like. We're pushing keys. Peter Piper picked back a pickled peppers. He puts pineapple on his pizza.
Now we're on the road Podmic USB. Why? Well, I wanted to throw in the creme de la creme of the USB XLR microphones out there, because if the Tonor TD510 is a microphone you like, it's good to know how close it gets to the big boys, which is the Rode Podmic USB and also the Shure MV7. So this is the Rode Podmic USB in the dynamic preset. 55 dB of gain, so that's right up there with the Shure SM7B for dynamic microphones in the Rodecaster Duo. That also requires 55 dB of gain on the Rodecaster Duo, but here you go. This is what it sounds like, and this is the keyboards clacking for you gamers. It's a $200 microphone, $200 compared to $52.99. So there you go.
And back on the Tonor TD510, let's swing this bag boy Rode Podmic USB over there, because we're back on the TD510, clacking on the keyboard. One last mic to go.
And now we are on the Shure MV7. This is $250. This is the XLR mode. This is the second most popular microphone that you see on podcasts wherever you go. This is what it sounds like in XLR only mode. And this is the most popular XLR USB combo microphone that you're going to see on podcasts anywhere, even though they all primarily use it as XLR mode. This is the biggest, baddest, most popular XLR USB combo mic as far as podcasts and live streaming out there. $250. Clacking on the keyboards for the gamers. Stop talking for the gamers. There you go. Should we do the Shure SM7B? Because, you know, that's what everybody wants to know anyway. Why not? Let's do it.
Back on the Tonor TD510, XLR USB combo mic for $52.99.
Here you go. Wrapping this up with the Shure SM7B, $400 microphone, the most popular microphone as far as live streaming and podcasts. This is in the dynamic generic profile on the Rodecaster Duo at 62 dB of gain. I don't have it on the Shure SM7B profile in here because I didn't use that for any of the other ones. Fair and honest comparison, so you guys can get an idea of what this thing does on a level playing field. 62 dB of gain. She's hungry. She's eating some gain, but there you go. And with the keyboards, talking and gaming while kittens some buttons, while we're kitting some buttons, while we're pressing some buttons. Gonna stop talking now. And this is totally not fair, but I'm gonna start using this microphone because it is my favorite microphone. I want to be able to start telling you guys how this compares to my favorite microphone that used to be the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro, but the Earthworks Ethos is just perfection for me. I just want to be able to listen to this and just see how it stacks up against all of these microphones. And honestly, it's just because I love this microphone, I rarely get to use it, and it's been forever since I've been able to use it in a video, and I wanted to use it, so there you go. Just saying. Let's land this plane. I'm losing my mind.
Back on the Tonor TD510, XLR USB combo mic for $52.99. Going through these microphones. This is what it sounds like on the keys again.
Let's land the plane. I've had a couple days now of listening to this microphone as I've gone back into the editing software and just hearing this microphone over and over again, especially in XLR mode, out of XLR mode. I've listened to this microphone on my M1 MacBook speakers, in my headphones. I've used different devices. As of right now, you're seeing me use the Vocaster 1 instead of my Rodecaster Duo. So let's go ahead and knock out the pros and the cons. The pros, build quality is absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it. I love the look of it. Beautiful microphone. The gold trim right around it and the Tonor label on the side if you like a little bit of bling on there. And if you don't, you can flip it to the other side where there's no logo on the back side here. The fact that there's no knobs, only squishy buttons here. Absolutely love that for those people like me, and I'm probably in the minority here. Don't like the knobs. Looks gorgeous. For the first time, I look at this one. Maybe I think it was the Tonor UA44, which is like an SL40 clone. These are the only two microphones so far to date where I've liked the USB mode better than the XLR mode. Another pro is it's not gain hungry. I think I was using it between 40 dB and 45 dB on my Rodecaster Duo. So if you have an audio interface, a budget audio interface, where the higher you crank it, the more noise floor creeps in, this is one where you don't have to push even the cheaper audio interfaces out there too hard in order to get your levels where you need them to be. So that was definitely a major pro if you're trying to get a good microphone audio interface combo on a budget. If that's for you, the value that you get as far as build quality, looks, and the performance as far as what you get audio-wise, if this is your sound, that's a bonus for you right there. The cons are subjective. Okay, so if you like this sound, you like the build quality, the price is great, it's a home run. These cons I'm putting in here, and I'm putting an asterisk by these cons because they are personal preference cons. I like microphones that aren't so thick, too warm, too deep. I like a little bit of high end. I like clarity. I like articulation and information to come through and pop, energy to pop through my microphone. This almost felt too smothered. It felt very bottom heavy. It was almost like just like I said earlier, I keep saying this. I don't know how many times I said it in the review, but it just felt like, eating a spoonful of peanut butter and no one willing to give you a drink. If this sound is good for you, I don't see a whole lot of cons for this one. Plosives maybe. I think that's a little sensitive to plosives, which is really surprising for me because of how much blanket coverage you have over the capsule. Not only do you have a thick pop filter, when you try to look through this cage, you can't see anything. There's another screen material, mesh material, a windscreen internal pop filter, I'm assuming. So that was the other con. It's a little sensitive to plosives. So again, you're just going to have to be very careful when it comes to mic placement. Real quick, I almost forgot to mention this. This microphone has multiple personalities. And what I mean by that is this microphone will create a different experience for people who listen to this microphone on different media devices. Listening in my headphones, it's dark, it's heavy, it's thick. When I listen to this on my M1 MacBook Pro, as far as just the speakers out of this thing, and they are great speakers that are built into this laptop. I loved the sound of this microphone through these speakers. So it's weird to me how neutral, flat-sounding headphones, which are the Rode NTH100s, it's kind of where it's in an extreme on that low end where it wants to sit, that it doesn't leave you much room for the people in the middle to get a good sound. Can't explain it. There you go. Just wanted to throw that in there as, I don't know if you want to call it a pro or a con. I don't know. It's unclassifiable. But anyways, after a day of finagling with this thing and trying to find some different EQs in which I would feel comfortable and actually like using this in XLR mode, I stumbled across it on the Vocaster 1. Now, you heard me open this video in the very beginning with this thing in its default settings. Now I've turned the processing on the Vocaster hub, and you're going to see this little screen I got going on right now, side-by-side pictures. I can't remember which side I put it on because I haven't edited it yet. But anyways, on one of these sides here, you're going to see a screenshot of my Vocaster hub. Now, why did I go back to the Vocaster hub here? I just wanted to show you guys or give you a good visualization for you guys that aren't really experts or techies as far as sound. You're just jumping into this thing and you really don't know where to go with it. I wanted to show you just how much I had to change this thing in order to get the sound that I've stumbled upon here, which is the one that I think I like the most so far. Can I get something better than this? Absolutely. But again, it's only been about 24 hours of tinkering, and this is the one I like the most, at least through my headphones. Compression is set to 2:1. Bass, I've dropped it completely out. I deflated the caboose on this thing. I popped a hole in the bootay, and so now it's not so bottom heavy. I dropped about 2 dB of mids out of it, and then I bumped it up about 2 dB on the highs. And the reason I did that, as you see on the screen here, is if I added more high in there, which I like to get out of my microphones, it gave it too much of a tinny sound. So this is as far as I could push it, where I'm getting that clarity and articulation. Again, I don't sound like I'm, at least
in my headphones. I don't sound like I'm speaking through a pillow. A little more information coming through on those high mids and high end right there. There you go. This is a sound that I would use, and this is the sound that I would go to if I was going to use this microphone. So it can be done if you don't like that thick, heavy sound. For those of you who love it, this is a great microphone out of the box. It's going to give you that darkness. It's going to give you that nostalgic AM radio, sports radio sound that we all grew up listening to. If you're not into that sound, it can be done. Just a little more customization. You're going to have to drop out some serious low end and give it a little bit of oomph on the high end there. And that's all I got, because it's been I have no idea how long this video is going to be, but I spent a lot of time on this one because I love the look of this one. I want to be able to use it. It's beautiful. It's built great. It's a great steel. Can I use it for what I like out of my mics? And I thought, you know what? There might be people out there that agree with me as far as what they like out of their microphones, the particular sound. So for guys like me that like this higher pitch sound, that don't want that smothered, can it be done? If you really love this microphone and that's the one hang up, it can be done. Just requires a little work. Question is, are you willing to do that work to get there? That's up to you. That's all I got for this video. So thank you guys. If you like this content and you want to enjoy some more, if you like this content and you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button and notification bell so you guys are notified when future content comes up, because it is a-coming. And until I see you guys in the next video. No idea why I did that. Sound effects. It's like Star Wars with the lightsabers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You've done it. Oh, anyways, I'll catch you in the next one. I'm out.